Hey, hi guys, this is my second video for today, which is for the financial institutes and market. This is for SEM 4. Uh, Due to time constraints, I'll be uploading maximum videos which is possible as of today. Uh, so let's start with this. The first question is about non-performing asset. Now, what is non-performing asset? This is just a layman language, what I would understand. So I'm explaining it. Suppose if somebody has taken a loan, he has to pay EMI and he has to clear his EMI for a particular period, whatever is defined in their contract. Now, in case if that person fails to pay the loan for the period of 90 days, then it becomes a non-performing asset for the bank. Uh, Now, this particular non-performing asset is again divided into three parts. One is substandard, doubtful, and loss asset. Now, what happens is if a person fails to pay the EMI for 90 days, it becomes a substandard NPA, which is non-performing asset. This is up to 12 months, so 90 days to 12 months. Post 12 months, it is doubtful, and then when it is the bank feels that okay, it is not supposed to come, it becomes a loss asset. So in this case, in India, why there is a high NPA in banks is there are several reasons of this. What I have mentioned over here is recovery tribunal, repayment of default by will, industrial sectors, lending process, managerial decisions. So these are few points which I have mentioned. I will not elaborate much on this. Why? Because you will have to search for the data. Because whatever I would say over here will not. It's not easy to grasp and write it down. So you search for data, and then how can the Indian economy, really fight with this? So the points which I have mentioned is action against the defaulters, asset reconstruction company, and improving the recovery process. So these are the 3 points which can be taken by the banks in order to reduce the NPA of their own banks. And in the conclusion, you mentioned how the NPA affects the bank. So basically, if a bank is not able to recover the payments from the defaulters, they have to pay the losses, due to which the profit of the bank reduces. So how can this benefit by reducing the number of NPAs? This is the conclusion part. Moving to the second question is about different types of different types of funding that can be sourced by a company. So there are two types of funding. One is primary source and secondary source. So primary source, I have mentioned public issue. Public issue is IPO, initial public offering. Now people, those who are from share market or from financial industries, they would understand. But for the people those who are not from this industry, you'll have to research a lot and you will get the details. If not, yes, do buzz me, I'll share you the links. So IPO, initial public offering, offer for sale, private placements of stock, right issues, and yeah, these are the sources of primary market. For secondary market, there are two types of secondary markets. One is over the counter and one is the exchanges. So over the counter is it does not have any rules and regulations, and they have been settled as and how they want. And exchange are basically regulatory based. So if we say exchange examples, it is Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. And in the conclusion part, how this company can use this primary source and secondary source for building up the funds, or for taking up the ways in which the funds can be raised. Now, moving to the third question is derivative instrument types. So initially in the introduction mentioned what is derivatives, how is it derived. So basically derivatives is something which is derived out of a underlying asset. So here what we say is an underlying asset as of now is costing so much rupees, so in future what would be the price. This is basically derivatives derived out of something. Now the instrument types are forward, swaps, options, and futures. These are four types which you have to mention. A lot of data is available. I am myself from this particular industry, so I did not find it tough. But yes, if you really want to get details and if you're not getting it, please buzz me. I will give you the details. Moving to the third question, third B, which is the primary functions of commercial bank. So how does it help in the economy? So what does this commercial bank do is they have two types of businesses. One is taking the deposits from their customers, and the other is lending money to the borrowers. So what these commercial banks do is they will gather the entire money and they will give it to the borrower. So now in case if one of the process stops, then the entire cycle of the money which moves, that is from the depositor to the borrower, will stop. So you have to mention this. Primary functions are basically deposits. Basically a person goes and deposits the money in the bank. Loan and advances, cash credits, and secondary functions is bill of exchanges, overdrafts, and locker facilities. So these are the primary and secondary functions which I have mentioned. And in the conclusion, by your view, mention how the commercial bank is important for any economy. So this is how you complete financial instrument institutions and market. And yes, I will be uploading the other videos also. Thank you.